Welcome back to the Goalie Llamas channel. Today I'm going to be showing you some of the stuff that I've bought to prepare myself to get this 2016 Sienna, nicknamed the Loser Cruiser, with the Riverleaf camping insert in it. Preparations for camping down here in Florida right now. It's soupy and stormy and muggy. My plan was to go outside and set up the tail veil tent, but as soon as I checked the radar, I saw that we were full of tropical events. So instead I lined up some of my gear here, recently purchased. I'm not one of those people that are gonna go fishing around yard sales and that kind of stuff to make myself ready. I'd rather contribute some to the economy. And anything here that I bought off of Amazon, I'll have a link to. And if you decide to purchase any of that equipment, I'm an affiliate, so I might get a small commission. So far during the course of making these videos, I'm raking it in hand over fist here. I've made 72 cents off of Amazon affiliate. Maybe that's because my videos are unprofessional and unrehearsed and not scripted, and I'm not pretty enough to be an influencer, but whatever. I'm going to keep doing them, and they're going to come out the way they come out. All right, so I'm heading back into my scouting Cub Scout days where I was a champion in the Marlborough, Massachusetts Cub Scout troop knot race. So I'm going back to some of that, and in order to do that, I've got some useful stuff that I'll start using when I break back into the bushcrafting stuff. Inspired by my nephew, Erling Brown up in Maine, and his wife, Megan, who are rock climbers. Maybe I'll put a link to their real estate page in the show more portion of this video. Rock climbers and great people. If you need anything up in Maine real estate wise, give them a look up. Anyway, so I bought a little thing of 550 paracord so I can start practicing the knots I'm going to use inside the van to hang stuff up, and other things I can use at camp, like lashing tripods and bipods and stringing a clothesline and maybe stringing a hammock and just having a little bit of outside bushcraft fun. And of course it comes with its own carabiner. And then in order to assist me in the knot stuff, I've got some tied bank line here, which I bought from Sergeant Somebody. I'll get the brand name and stick that in the notes. But that'll help me do things like prusik knots and things that I can hang off of the paracord and tighten up ridge lines and stuff like that. Keeping with the bushcraft part of the program, I've got myself this S-wing hatchet. I didn't want to get a full axe. I'm too old to be whipping axes, but I wanted something to do that I could use to do some minor chopping off branches, cleaning up sticks, splitting out some kindling, and with a hammer on the back. And this thing's like the perfect weight for an old guy. If only Lizzie Borden knew about this, she might not have needed 40 whacks. That's the axe. I also bought a nice Fireline knife from Holtzman Gorilla. Nice stuff. Comes razor sharp, out of the box, 1095 high carbon steel, holds an edge really good. Nice sheath, clicks right in there, easy to withdraw. It's got a strap on it, maybe it's useful, maybe not. It's also got a little ferro rod striker and a ferro rod. Right on the knife. So pretty cool. And with this I can make feather sticks. I can split kindling. I can do some hacking out in the woods, and I can actually build with enough tinder to start a nice little fire on my own. I'm not sure if the fire restrictions are lifted in Florida yet, but if they are, when I take this on its initial camp thing, there will be a fire, and I will be starting it from scratch. Then I bought this little folding knife from Gerber. I think it's called the Sidolo knife. You can only get it from the Gerber website. It's actually got pretty good action. So it's a one-handed knife. Pretty cool. It's got a nice clip on it. It's a reversible clip, so you can fix it for lefties and righties. And once again, this thing came razor sharp right out of the box. So that'll be a carrying around knife when I'm at camp, and use it for other things like cutting cord and chopping up vegetables. I can also use this big knife for cooking, and I bought a sharpening stone for it with food grade oil. Being an ex-chef, I know a little bit about knives and keeping them sharp, and knives were an obsession. I have a set of Henkel knives to cook with at home right now. I also bought a nice little sharpening puck to bring along with me. It's 320 grain on one side, 180 on the other side, so I can keep my axe nice and sharp. Back to the Boy Scout stuff. Pretty exciting. I like it. And then I have this thing. Oh, I can't wait to use this. My nephew Erling turned me on to these kind of things. It's called a Nordic pocket saw. It's kind of like a chainsaw, except you use it manually. That's going to be sweet. I got to get a little tool to sharpen that up with too. I already did cut up a couple of small logs with it just for the hell of it. Practicing, you know. Then it comes in its nice little pouch. Store it right away. Get it out of the way. Light, easy to carry. Extremely functional. And being half Norwegian, anything that says Nordic on it is highly attractive. Then I went to Rhino USA for my utility shovel. Got this nice little utility shovel here. It comes with a couple of extensions. Very easy to maneuver. Fold out. It's got a kind of a sharp blade. It's a little bit sharp here too, and it's got a serrated edge on it and like a bottle opener type thing. You can use it either as a shovel or a pick. Super nice quality. Rhino USA, made in USA. For all you picks out there. Oh, there goes gravity. the Goalie Llama versus Gravity. It also comes with a couple of cool things inside of it, inside the handle. This cap unscrews, and inside you've got a small knife, you got a little saw, and you got this little pick thing for whatever, and it's pretty sharp. I mean, in a clutch, it's definitely easy to use, can come in handy. Start putting this together. Reminds me of hockey stick exercises. If any old hockey players remember doing this with the stick to strengthen your wrists. Rhino USA, and that's not the end of it. It's also got this end, which has a couple of different things in it. At the top, you got a fire striker for a ferro rod, or a ferro rod. Lord knows I got plenty of fire strikers. And I can actually make them work, which is really good. Then there's another thing here, which of course I'm having a little trouble unscrewing. There it goes. A whistle. Yep. Ready for anything. Cutting, sawing, whistling, striking. Pretty nifty little item here. I like these multi-purpose kind of thing, and it's strong, it's high quality aluminum. So it's lightweight. And I went and dug a little cat hole out in the backyard, but I didn't use it for its intended purpose because the neighbors would probably be offended. Although in my neighborhood, almost everybody's gone because most people are snowbirds. But I stay here year round. This is the length of the shovel. Pretty nice piece of equipment. All right. So that's that stuff. I mean, then I have this tool bag to carry stuff in. I got a bunch of carabiners that I use for tightening line and other things. I have a pair of gloves here too with cut off fingers because at my age you ding yourself up pretty easily doing nothing. And so I keep the gloves handy. If I have to do any kind of chopping or cutting or work inside the van, moving equipment around, sawing a log, moving stuff around. It keeps my hands from getting these kind of things on them. And you know what? I'm proud of these things because I lived long enough to have my capillaries get close enough to my skin to give me temporary tattoos when I bang into something. On to the kitchen. People who know me know I'm fairly eco-friendly and I work that way. I got some of this 18-in-1 peppermint pure Castile soap from Dr. Bronner's. I can use this for dishes, hands, head, anything else that I want to use, and it's biodegradable, safe for the environment, good stuff. Now, on to some utensils for the kitchen. This water pump here. that I'll hook up in the minivan to the water tank that's included with my Riverleaf setup, and it's a USB water pump. You just run a cable into the water tank or into any kind of water bottle or my Scepter 5-gallon jerry cans, and USB rechargeable. Once again, the Pecron will come in handy. I'll keep everything recharged. Pecron solar powered battery. I got a cup, and all this stuff that I'm about to show you now is for cooking and eating and that kind of thing. So my titanium cup here, it's from Toke's Titanium, 450 milliliter. It's got a nice set of handles on it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's marked inside and outside. So if you really need to measure, you can. And I'm not sure how I'm going to make my camp coffee yet. I haven't figured that out, but in the past when I've traveled overseas, they never have ready coffee at the hotels and stuff like that. So I buy some kind of instant coffee. I used to buy those little tubes of Starbucks to have decent coffee on the road. But I bought a can of regular instant. And wouldn't you know it, it fits right inside the cup. And all this stuff will store right inside the storage area of the kitchen in the Riverleaf camper kit. Or I could string it off a backpack with a carabiner if I feel like hiking out into the woods and making myself a little tarp type tent. I could do that. Now a couple things from FireMaple. Also they come packed in this netting. It helps protect them, and it also helps them from sliding around and making a lot of noise in the back of the camper. This is the frying pan. It's a 9-inch pan. On the bottom it has this extra layer of iron casting on the aluminum pan. So you can use this over my butane stove that came with the insert, or I can use it over a fire, which I plan on doing eventually. Just fold out the handle, hold it, of course with gloves, because it'll probably get kind of hot, who knows. And then after washing it, I can just hang it off of a carabiner on my clothesline or drying line. Then just fold it right up into itself. Knowing me, being a solo guy at first anyway, I'll probably eat right out of the pan. And what am I going to eat with, you might ask? Glad you asked. I found this thing. It's a little pricey, but it's cool. It's a titanium spatula and spork from Full Windsor. It's Full Windsor, right side up. Super light, very strong, somewhat flexible. At my age, they recommend sporks. And you want to know something? I have a little bit of familial tremors from time to time, so it makes it easier for me to scoop my food. That's a genetic thing, nothing for me to worry about. I lived long enough to get it, and those who know my history wonder how I did that. And it also turns into a pair of tongs. Nifty little thing. Not cheap. But there's something about me, I'm not cheap. I like to, then they clip right back together. I like to get some stuff that I like, that's good and handy and lightweight. Once again, if I go away from the camper and hike out into the woods to camp, the lighter the better for everything. How am I going to boil water or cook food? FireMaple. One more time. It's got a nice little bag to it. Like all this stuff. And then it folds into itself. It's got this little release item here. You just drop it down. You open the pot up with a handle. And it's got a handy surprise inside too. Here's the cover for the pot. And voila, the FireMaple water kettle. This thing has plenty of space for whatever I'm going to do with it. And here's the kettle. It's nice, it's lightweight, you can hang it off a tripod or a stick or whatever else you're using over an open flame, or I can use it right on my butane item, butane stove. And it's got this little kind of a safety thing. It's got a nifty little pourer on it, so it's beveled in the front that actually gives you a nozzle. So if you're pouring, it points it in the right direction. And these two things that poke out here keep the top from falling off it. So it's kind of a little bit of a safety thing. And when you're holding it up, all you gotta do is lift it from the back, and boom, it's out. Coffee, tea. And that pretty much wraps up this video. Tomorrow's supposed to be a nicer day, so I'm hoping to get outside and set up the tent. Maybe I'll sleep in it, the thing tonight, black out the windows, and do some more testing. And in case you might have been wondering, this is spaghetti squash. It's delicious. It won't be coming camping. That's way too involved for a camp trip. All you people out there that think you're going to be gourmets at the campsite, good luck to you. I'm going to keep things as simple as possible. And because I know how to cook pretty well, I can do that. So anyways, that's it for this Sunday's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put links to most of the equipment in the bottom of the video. I really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and like the videos that I put out. It helps me a little bit. And remember, it's hurricane season here. I'm reminded every day by my daily thunderstorms. And nothing's happening in the eastern portion of the NOAA watch area. But I'm ready if it is. And if I really need to, I can bug right out of here. So thanks again for watching. And have a happy Father's Day. And, tomorrow's Juneteenth, which is the second Independence Day in the United States. And if you don't know what that is, you really should. We come a long way, and we got a long way to go. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace.